Family, it's another beautiful day. Loving every minute of it. Listen, if I said it once, say it twice. Stock up on the bullshit. Stock up on the shit. Stock up on the shit. We're gonna have to go back, starting getting our herbs together and using our herb because the way this bill passed here, and all these hospitals gonna close, and all these healthcare clinics gonna close down. You gotta start back using your herbs and keep yourself healthy. Fast 1 day a week, cut back on food, and start stocking up because they can get very, a lot of folks can fucking die. They can get scary, folks. This bill I guess passed here, a tax break for the rich, Medicare cut, SNAP being cut, $40 billion. Bullshit. They don't give a fuck about the middle class. So folks, start planting herbs, start stocking my food stuff, and stop spending money. Start traveling, stop spending money. Because the shit gonna get very scary. I hope not, but the way things are going, these motherfuckers don't give a shit about you. Anyway, folks. I'm gonna put a clip here. These folks complain about the bill I guess passed. 118 to 114. Hang on, folks. Check it out. Check it out, folks.
That bill is passed. Over $900 billion in Medicaid cuts. SNAP is being cut. Student loans, Pell Grants, harder to get. ICE is about to be the biggest law enforcement group in the country. ICE. There's $100 trillion billion going to the defense, and the 1% is about to live their best life like they've been doing this whole time. Hospitals are about to start shutting down, which some of them have already prepared to start shutting down. It's going to be harder for a lot of people now. A lot of people are about to die, and that's not even a joke. And it makes me sad because a lot of y'all MAGA people, y'all voted for this man because he was a white man and he had how many felonies and how many failed businesses, but it didn't matter because I would rather vote for the white man who has no experience and is not here for the whole American body than vote for a black woman who's had the experience her whole life and actually wanted us to do better. Wanted better for America. And for all the Republicans, y'all spineless POSs, y'all, I hope y'all get unseated. I really do. But for everybody else, we tried. We did the best we could. We did the best we could. Primaries is what's next. I'm taking a break. I need a break from this app. I need a break from everything. Because I feel like November all over again. When Republicans were saying that, oh, Project 2025 isn't real. It's not real. It doesn't exist. And it turned around and after he won, it's real. And now they're saying, oh, we are touching Medicaid. Now they admit it after they passed the bill. So y'all dummies, y'all fell for it again. Congratulations, y'all screwed all of America.
So the House just voted yes on the big ugly bill, okay? It's heading to Trump's desk in the morning, and we know what's going to happen when it gets there. I want to read for you some of the comments I saw scrolling through in the live stream as I was watching the proceedings. Loving the liberal tears. Hey, Democrats, who's your daddy? Praying for passage. Hear that? It's the sound of winning. Trump 2028. Libs cry and seethe. LOL. Okay? I want you to hear what we were saying in those same chats. Only the top 1% wins. I'm nauseated. This affects my mom and her health care. Cowards. Billionaires won, people lost. They have failed us. The consequences for this decision will be monumental. And I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit for MAGA when your rural hospitals are closing down. I don't want to hear shit when you can't afford your racist grandma's medication. I don't want to hear it. Because you cheered this on, you voted for this, and now you get to deal with the consequences. And unfortunately, we all do too.
Well, look like the House Republicans passed the damn bill.
On this vote, the yeas are 218, the nays are 214. The motion is adopted.
All we gotta do is wait until they put it on Dookie Booty's desk for him to sign it. I knew that none of them Republicans were gonna come through. I knew they was gonna switch up in the last second.
I don't even know why I had any type of faith thinking that these fucking Republicans was gonna have some type of moral stability, to have some sense of fucking humanity for the American people and vote no on this fucking rule so that it would just kill the bill. But no, Republicans had to show us that they are exactly who we think they are, a bunch of evil, reckless motherfuckers.
It passed. It passed the House of Representatives 218 to 214. I took this moments before that last vote hit the Republican side for yays, and this side of the House of Representatives, which as you can clearly see is lacking in diversity, I wonder why, erupted in cheering and chanting of USA. Since it's already passed the Senate and been sent back to the House with revisions, now that the House has voted on it to pass it, they will now be putting it on Trump's desk and he will sign it into law. They just made the poor poorer and the rich richer and completely gutted the middle class. Medicaid, Medicare, ACA, SNAP food benefits, the VMAs, hospitals, daycares like Head Start, and the like are all going to either have to shut down or take incredible cuts. Families are going to hurt, children and elderly are going to die, while billionaires get richer, fill their pockets, and add $3 trillion to the American deficit. Democracy just died. All we can do now is pressure, call the White House, get out on the streets, veto, call for a veto of this horrendous
Stop shopping,
bill.
stop
Use
banning
our
shit.
voices, speak
Stop
out,
going to work,
get in
see the
contact
whole
with civil
fucking
rights
system up.
warriors, find boots on the ground organizations, and protest. Stop consuming, start protesting. Because at this point, it's all we can do.
It's over. It passed. And this is what that means for so many Americans. Billions of dollars cut from Medicaid, which affects millions of Americans. The poorest of the poor people in this country are going to lose their health care, be unable to feed themselves, and this is what people wanted. And the richest people in this country will get a tax cut.
Let
if
that
you're
make
not
sense.
upset, then I'm confused.
Let that make sense.
If this is what you want, I think you need to take a much deeper look at who you are and what you stand for, because this is devastating to so many people in this country. You are often one step away from needing assistance. One step.
So the big ugly bill has been passed. I can't call it beautiful because I can't find the beauty in the bill. I done looked up, down, and around for the beauty. It's just not there. $930 billion in Medicaid cuts. Over $100 billion in SNAP benefits cuts. I mean, come on. I get a lot of y'all talking about, oh yeah, make the lazy ones work. Ain't nobody defending the lazy ones, because the lazy ones should stop abusing the government and get out and get them a job. I'm talking about these senior citizens, the elderly, your grandparents, these nursing homes, these overworked workers in the hospital when they close all the urgent cares down and we don't have but 2 major hospitals in the city, or some people have 1 major hospital in the city. Where does all those people lie? I could walk out this room right now and show you how it's got people already in hallways of hospitals because they done ran out of beds to put them on floors. That's the type of shit that y'all wanted though, huh? Because y'all went down there and stood in line to vote for that orange fella, and look how it's turning out. It's really sad, y'all. It really is sad. Thank y'all for sipping a little more tea, but I ain't tea. Bye, y'all.
The bill has been passed, and this is what Americans have to say. You're a hospital social worker and the big beautiful bill just passed and you try to talk about it. And all you can do is cry. This is because you know exactly how this will play out, because you studied history, mental health and policy to better learn how to help the world be a better place. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and what are your thoughts when it comes to the big beautiful bill being passed, as well as what are your opinions and where the state of America will look like and how it will affect individuals.
Did y'all see what Kamala said about this stupid ass bill? If you didn't, this is what she said. Thanks to Republicans, 17 million people will lose their health care. Thanks to Senate Republicans, rural hospitals will close. Thanks to Senate Republicans, 3 million Americans, including veterans and seniors, will lose food assistance. Thanks to Senate Republicans, families will see their energy bill go up by $400 a year. Senate Republicans are doing all of this and more, hurting working people across our nation in order to pay for $1 trillion in tax cuts for billionaires. There is still time to stop this bill before it passes in the House. Call 202-224-3121 and tell your representative to vote no. I don't know how much that's going to help because these Republicans are fucking idiots. But I just saw that Massey said that he has at least 10 Republicans that will vote against this bill. So I'm just going to hope and pray that they do. And for all you fucking MAGAs and weirdos out there that are like, oh, this bill's not going to affect me. I'm not on food stamps. I'm not on Medicaid. I'm not on Medicare. Bitch, it's going to affect you. Because the hospitals and the grocery stores that you go to, they depend on people who have SNAP benefits and who have Medicaid and Medicare to keep their business going. So if 17 million people lose their fucking Medicaid and can't continue to go to these hospitals or can't get paid from people going to these hospitals for Medicaid, what do you think is going to fucking happen? They're going to fucking close. If these fucking grocery stores lose out on 40% of their income from people who come in and spend SNAP benefits, what do you think these grocery stores are going to do? They're going to start closing. So it will affect every fucking body, whether you're on assistance or not. I'm not on assistance, but my mother is on assistance. I'm her caregiver. So I get paid from Medicaid to take care of her. So you don't have to be the one that's on assistance for this shit to affect you. It's going to affect every fucking body. So everybody who keeps thinking, oh, I'm not a welfare queen, this isn't going to apply to me, and all you people that are on welfare need to get a job. Bitch, 70% of the people that are on motherfucking Medicaid and food stamps that get assistance have full-time jobs. I just barely was not able to qualify. I was making like $45,000 a year and was still qualifying for fucking food assistance and Medicaid because that's not a living wage. You have to compare what the fuck you have to pay to what you receive, and that tells you if you qualify or not and how many fucking people you have in your house. So stop thinking that everybody that's on assistance is a bunch of lazy, no job having, worthless motherfuckers, because that's not the case. You have hardworking Americans that are on assistance because America doesn't want to pay us a livable fucking wage.
True that.
So please, everybody who wants to keep saying that, oh, people just need to get a job and stop living off welfare, stop milking the system, I'm tired of paying for, shut the fuck up.
I'm just sitting around here, I'm so upset because that budget bill passed. I know a lot of y'all may be happy about it, but I'm a senior citizen and I look at things and I research things. Unlike a lot of you guys probably don't know what's in the bill. But not only are they cutting Medicaid, but there will be some impact on seniors who have Medicare. Because in 2026, they're going to be decreasing the budget by 4% for Medicare. And what that means is higher price for senior citizens to go to the doctor, or you may not even be able to have the same doctor because they may not even accept your Medicare. So I don't know about you again, but I'm disappointed in the things that have happened in these recent months. How about you? I'd like to hear your opinion too.
Regardless of who you voted for or where you fall on the political spectrum, I need you to hear what I have to say and receive it with an open heart and open mind, because it's not going to only affect you, but it's going to affect millions of your fellow Americans. This is why the big beautiful bill is going to hurt the working, middle, and lower class. As far as housing, they're going to cut rental assistance, Section 8, and homelessness prevention. If you're a low-income family, a veteran, or a single parent, good luck with finding safe and stable housing. These cuts to housing include HUD programs, Section 8 vouchers, and emergency rental assistance. This impacts families already struggling with rent hikes, and they will face longer wait lists or lose their support. Homelessness is likely to rise, especially for single parents, veterans, and low-income seniors. Landlords in low-income areas may evict faster, knowing subsidies won't come through, and this hurts the working-class families, disabled individuals, unhoused people, immigrants, and unsubsidized housing. Up next, how will it affect food stamps and WIC? They're gone for millions. So if you're working full-time and still rely on SNAP to feed your kids, too bad, babes. You're out. Reductions in SNAP, food stamps, WIC, all those programs they're being cut. Eligibility thresholds are tightening and benefits are shrinking. This affects millions who may get kicked off of food assistance or receive less, even if they're working full time. Families with kids will see grocery budgets stretched a little thinner, and WIC cuts means fewer resources for pregnant women, babies, and toddlers. This not only hurts single parents, but immigrant families, gig workers, students with kids, and the elderly. As far as healthcare, Medicaid is getting gutted. That means more uninsured workers, higher medical debt, and fewer mental health resources. If you beat cancer like I did, or live with a chronic illness, they just made staying alive more expensive. This bill causes healthcare program rollbacks. What's being cut is Medicaid expansion and subsidies from the ACA. This impacts low-wage workers who rely on Medicaid, who will then become uninsured or forced into private plans that they cannot afford. Preventative care, mental health services, and prescriptions will become inaccessible. This mainly hurts immigrants, low-income workers, cancer survivors, or people with chronic illnesses. As far as education, they're attacking Pell Grants and student loan relief. First-generation students, immigrants, and parents who are trying to go back to school, the path for a better future for yourself or your family just got that much harder. In relation to the education access, this is what is going to be cut or restricted. Federal Pell Grants, student loan forgiveness programs, funding for public colleges, and adult education. This makes it to where education becomes even harder to access without debt, and immigrants and first-generation students lose their shot at an upward mobility. Adult learners, like parents going back to school, are now going to face more barriers. This hurts the working class students, DACA recipients, parents returning to school, and people trying to skill up to escape poverty. I know this is one of the biggest ones, but the tax cut for the wealthy and corporate welfare, sweet merciful Jesus. While they're slashing aid, this is what they're doing. Expanding tax loopholes for billionaires, lowering corporate tax rates, deregulating industries that exploit labor. Need I go on? In layman's terms, and in order to translate for the people in the back who are just not getting it, tax cuts for billionaires are untouched. Corporate loopholes are still wide open. They're not cutting waste, they're cutting people like us. They're balancing the budget on the backs of the poor while rewarding the already rich. This is why it matters. This bill isn't about cutting waste, it's about cutting people out of basic dignity. It undermines economic mobility, education access, food security, healthcare equity, human rights for immigrants, and working families. It is a direct blow to the working, middle, and lower class. But here's the thing. This isn't the end. It's a wake-up call. Talk about it. Share this. Show up where it counts. Because we deserve more than survival. We deserve a system that serves us, not one that buries us while smiling. If you stayed to the end of the video, please interact with it in any way. Repost, comment, like, share, because this needs to get out to people like us. A lot of people are not aware of what's happening behind the scenes because they're too distracted. And on top of this, many Americans who voted for the talking orange believe that rules for thee and not for me is how things are going to play out. And it's just not. There are many Americans who are waking up to find out that their lives are going to be impacted by this. Many of them are effing around and finding out the hard way, as they should, but unfortunately, millions of other Americans are going to be impacted by the choices that they have made. So if you stayed, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you have a fabulous day, and God bless you.
Republicans just passed the bill in the House, so let's get educated so we know what happens next. Remember, the Senate passed it earlier this week, and there was a little consternation because we didn't know if the House was going to pass it or not. But they did. They're taking away millions of dollars from Medicaid, which will essentially hurt the American people, the least of us. They're taking away SNAP benefits. They are ending subsidies in the Affordable Care Act, which most people have, or let me not say most, a lot of people have the ACA, Obamacare. My kid was born on Obamacare. We were entrepreneurs. We needed to get insurance through the marketplace. And so we went through Obamacare and got a government subsidy to cover the cost because our insurance was going to be $850 a month, or the basics. The basics, not even like top tier premium stuff. We was just like, we need some coverage. We're going to have a kid, all the things. So those subsidies are getting wiped out. But who is going to benefit from this? Billionaires. The people that continue to fund those Republicans' pockets. That's who's going to benefit from this. Not everyday folks like you and me who go to work and pay our taxes. Not even people who need Medicaid because they are the least of these. Side note, I'm a social worker by trade, undergrad, master's degree in social work, getting a doctorate in social work, will be graduating. I don't care what they do with student loans, but will be graduating. Hello, somebody? Will be graduating in 2027. I've worked in an acute care setting in the hospital. Medicare fraud and the way in which they're talking about it is not a thing. There's no cash payments for Medicaid going out to people. People who are on Medicaid are the people that are the least of us, the people that need the help. Picture it, Sophia. People who care about family values are doing things to tear down families, to harm people.
To 214, and it just happened moments ago, where Mike Johnson struck down that gavel. And guess what the Republicans in the House are doing? They're yelling with joy and chanting USA.
Okay, folks, you see it right there. They're all saying the same thing. The bill is passed. Guess what? That you don't sign it, basically, you might do it by the end of the day. We can just protest. Start stock up my food stuff. Start planting herbs. Getting your shit about to get. Hang on, folks. Here's a couple of books to get. In case the shit is fun, here's a couple of books to get. That's one of them. This one here. Remember these? Get it from Amazon. So you get home remedies together. You're able to plant your own herbs. Get your shit together because it's going to get worse, folks. Anyway, folks, that's stay vigilant, stay aware, stay knowledgeable, stay informed. Protect your family. Stuck up on your shit. Stuck up on your shit. Anyway, between you and I, just between you and I, because like I said, if you come here, they're not going to get a life. This is half my shit. Not really half, it's less than half of my shit. This is less than half of my shit. See? This don't really have to get a quarter of my shit. Quarter. But again, like I said, if you come here, you're not going to get a life. So don't even think of coming here, folks. Don't even think we're coming here because if you come here, you will not get a life. And then, folks, I love you guys. Peace out, love.